I gonna? Cause I live in a manana. Hot box like a sauna. In a foreign or Americana. My eyes on, my vibes up, yeah. My fire smoker goes inside us. If you want, I got more in the grinder. After the blunt, you can call me a highness. Cause I live life how I wanna. Smoke lots of marijuana. I live my life in these streets, licking smoke out the window. I'm on a trip. Maybe I'm a goner, cause I live in a manana. Hot box like a sauna in a foreign.
What's going on, guys? This is Solo Cups and Wine once again. We got here in the studio. Just check us out, Solo Cups and Wine, Instagram, Twitter. Soon we'll get a snap. I don't know when we're gonna get a snap. Obviously, if you're watching right now, you're on the Facebook, so I don't have to shout that out. So first, from on screen, from me all the way down to Yuck. Obviously, if you watched last week's episode, got Off in Space. There's my social media. Check me out. Next, we got to my left, Steven.
What's up? Real quick, check out Movement. You see the sticker on the laptop, always shamelessly self-promoting. Welcome to Solo Cups and Wine.
All right, and then to his left, we got Rich, special guest in the studio this week.
What's up, guys? Thanks for having me.
Check out his Instagram as well, Richie Eyebrows. And then finally, all the way right, we got the man of the hour, my man, yeah.
What up, though, man?
YSL Bugatti. So, first off, this week, we got a lot of shit to talk about, especially since Drake and Pusha-T are beefing this week. We have some stuff going on in the community with Eggs. We got new projects dropping, some dropping the same day. I forget who's exactly dropped, but we're going to get into it. So just so you know, this segment is called a Rap Chat. And we're just going to have a back and forth over what's coming out, what's relevant, and what we're going to be doing this week. So first we're going to start off with Yuck. Yuck, talk to him.
What's going on, y'all? So a lot of things came out this week. Like, you know, in the beginning of the week, it was a little slower and like kind of like overnight, like a lot of shit happened. I'm not gonna lie, it kind of made the week exciting. And it actually did a lot for this show. You know, like in the beginning of the week, Kevin Gates dropped a project called Chain to the City. It's only 3 songs. It was good. You know, I'm waiting to see a lot more from Kevin Gates. Time to come, you know, like I just hope it works out for him. You know, he got an artist he's been working with, a new artist, a white dude, best believe. He's like a white trap dude. You know, Pusha-T dropped Daytona yesterday. My favorite song off it is Come Back Baby. You know, there's this song that dropped, you know, it's like a UK rapper, Mr. Bazzi, Mr. Easy. EAZI featuring Gigs. It's called London Town. Fendi P dropped a project called Late Nights, Early Mornings. Royce the 5'9" dropped Book of Ryan with the song Caterpillar with Eminem on it. Dope shit. You know they always put their foot in something. Styles P had a project that dropped earlier this month. I noticed called Jiho. I think it's just called Ghost. Actually, the project. DJ SCaW dropped Colorblind. That was a dope song with A Boogie, Young Thug, and Future on it. That's a really good song. Maluma, for all the Spanish people that like that reggaeton, you know, that like Bad Bunny type of music, Ozuna and all them. You know, Maluma dropped the FAME album. And who else dropped something? Drake dropped the Duppy freestyle diss and Pusha T. I liked it. You know, I'm a big Drake fan. You know, that song was well composed. Just, you know, his pen game was too serious on that song, and you know, it was crazy, man. And NBA YoungBoy dropped the mixtape Master the Day of Judgment. That was a really good mixtape. I listened to the whole thing, and there's not a song that I don't like on it. And for them underground heads, you know, Tech-9 dropped something recently. He dropped the Planet album. Snow the Product dropped the song with Dram called Myself, and Rich got a project called As You Are. Shout out to my boy Evan. You know, he put me onto a lot of this underground stuff. You know, he got an ear for it. And Waves, I dropped the track list to his project coming out. And I think it's called A Message to You. And he's from Copeg, Long Island. Shout out to the boy. You know, he shouted us out too. But that's what's coming out this week. And with the Pusha-T and Drake thing, Pusha-T's album is 7 songs, but like Charlemagne the God said, it's fulfilling. It's fulfilling. And, you know, he said a couple subliminals to Drake, and Drake probably noticed it, and Drake is tired of tiptoeing around people's feelings. And the way I look at it, he had something to prove, and it's a different type of diss song, but it hit hard and it hit close to home, I feel like. What do y'all think about that?
All right, we gotta talk about it, because first off, there's not gonna be a lot of background noise this episode, so we just gotta mention that because there's airplanes and shit flying over, so we're not being attacked. We just happen to live next to an airport, and it's Memorial Day weekend, so it is what it is. Plus the energy, I gotta bring it up. The energy in the studio is gonna be a little bit down because it's hot as shit right now. But we're gonna, we're still gonna make it work, and we're gonna make it happen for everybody. So we gotta power through it and just talk about it. But the last 24 hours in hip hop has been crazy. It's been the best 2 days in hip hop in a minute, to be honest. Like how you get an album I think is a great album. 7 songs produced by Kanye West. I feel like it's one of Pusha T's best works, and I don't like listening to Drug Talk for 14 songs. 7 songs, though, I'm 100% down. I'm all in. So 7 songs with Kanye West, beats on it, and then you get a reply from Drake almost immediately after. Like, that's crazy. Obviously, Drake heard the album beforehand. I don't think that the time period is, the album came out and then he wrote it. He probably heard the album weeks before because the album's been out. People have been listening to it. But it's definitely been lit the last 24 hours in hip-hop. A$AP Rocky dropped something.
Yeah, I left it out. My bad for interrupting. I left it out because I was actually going to share about it single-handed, singly. Actually, that's my favorite project that was dropped this week is the A$AP Rocky Testing album. My favorite song on it is Praise the Lord. I've been had it on repeat for a day or two now. And I really like it. It's a really good beat, and how they redid DMX's flow on Who We Be. If you remember the Who We Be song where he's the cat, the hat, the dog, the park. That flow, they kind of redid it. And I think Giggs is on that song too from the UK. If I'm not wrong, but someone from the UK is on that song with A$AP Rocky, and it's fire. Super fire. And that's what I got for the A$AP Rocky song. I was gonna talk about it in itself, but I don't want us to skip that.
No, we'll definitely get to everything. Rich, did you get to hear the? Hold on, real quick. We got Rich in studio. Is a good friend of ours.
Let's just address this real quick. We lost video and the stream for this episode, so we're gonna do all audio this episode. This episode is gonna end up being a podcast.
Okay.
So we're just going to continue going forward and just keep talking.
Which, to be honest, is a good thing because I wouldn't want to look at me for an hour. I can imagine you guys don't want to stare at us for an hour, so now you could just hear our beautiful voices.
Yeah, so we'll be posting this on the YouTube and on the Facebook. We just won't be going live this week. If you were tuning in, sorry about the technical difficulties, but we will get it together for next week.
We're working on it, and the video will be up for YouTube though in a couple of days.
The video is still gonna be they're still recording though.
Yeah.
It's just not gonna be live. So this is basically on some radio. So it's a podcast for live purposes, but the episode will be up on YouTube with the visual aspect of it.
And if you're listening to this and you already know that, so
yeah,
that's pretty good.
So, I mean, those are the new projects that came out. Definitely the biggest talking points is the Daytona album and Drake's reply to it. I feel like the Daytona album is great, though, to be honest. It shows a lot of growth. One thing that I found pretty interesting about it is you don't get to see old hustlers. You don't get to see, the drug talk does get old, but it is cool to see it from the point of view of somebody who is older and is reflecting on it. And he's not just talking about it in the first person. He's reflecting back on a lot of the just the regular drug talk shit that he talks about, but it's from a different perspective now. He's older and he has more insight on it, and it is cool to see that. The last project that I've probably seen close to that is Jay-Z's American Gangsta. Mm-hmm. And that was written more of a story
you know, Pusha-T's is written more as real life. So that's an insight that's cool to see, you know. You don't get to see a lot of old hustlers out here or hear their music, definitely. So I do like that.
I didn't even get to hear the album yet.
That's good.
What I did hear, everything that I've heard recently is because of Yucky, honestly, because I haven't kept up with new hip hop as much recently. And like the stuff that I've been hearing recently has been more because I started following you guys. I saw the podcast. I have like maybe in the last few months like I gave 6ix9ine a chance because I heard him on the Breakfast Club, but like I was kind of like being a little bit of a hip hop snob, honestly. I guess like in the last like couple of years, just like I feel like I'm becoming like an older guy, and I'm just like kind of stuck to like the music I grew up listening to, like Outkast and like you know, like I'll still listen to like, but like you know like it's like a whole different. It's like nostalgic now. Like if I listen to like T.I. or like Outkast or Eminem, like all that shit. But what I do like about newer hip hop, and I was telling you guys this before, is that they're not afraid to like say like, oh, like I was influenced by this genre. Like they'll listen to different genres, and like and like I'm torn because sometimes I don't know if they're being themselves or if they're being gimmicky by like trying to be different and trying to be like nerdy. Like there's a whole like nerd culture that's popular right now.
Yeah, like Lil Uzi Vert says that one of his influences was Marilyn Manson.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no, and I think that's a cool thing. I don't know, people got their head up their ass a lot when they talk about all these guys don't respect the old heads in hip hop. And there was an interview. I'll talk about Lil Uzi later, but there was an interview where Lil Uzi did where with Ebro in the morning, where they were playing a beat for him and they were gonna play a DJ Premier beat, and he said, "Nah, I don't want that," because he doesn't listen to that. That's not what he grew up with. He asked for a Kanye West beat off of 808 and Heartbreaks because that's what he listened to. Everybody always has their head up their ass talking about like, all these guys don't respect, and you should definitely respect DJ Premier and Gangstar, but I don't blame him because in the 90s when people were coming out with music, they weren't making music like the Sugar Hill Gang. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wanted that. If you were in the 90s and you were rapping like the whole, I said a hit it. That shit would have been corny as fuck. Nobody wants that.
People would have freestyled over that beat. Like people that we grew up listening to, if they dropped that beat, they would have fucking spit fire.
I don't think so because DJ Premier had a new sound and people were fucking with his sound a lot. Look at what all Puff and Bad Boy are built off of a lot of sampling, but it's a new sound. It's sampling over new beats. So how come everybody was allowed to be innovative in the 90s and that was all heralded? But now if you do that, everybody hates on you.
Yeah. Well, no, but every era comes up and says, "Oh, these new people are killing hip hop. These new people are killing hip hop." And I kind of fell into that trap a little bit, but I'm starting to realize like it's just grown, it's changed. It's not. Like even if you go over to rock music, like people from the 80s would say that. I mean, people from the 70s would say that shit in the 80s killed rock and roll, and then people in the 80s would say shit in the 90s killed rock and roll. It always happens.
But then you get these new genres. If you like cultivate the new artists, then you get shit like grunge, you get shit like metal.
But I can't stress this enough. I always say this. Hip hop has a short attention span and it's evolved, and a lot of genres are based off hip hop. But I'm gonna say this, even though I understand where Lil Uzi's coming from, but a real artist, a real MC is gonna spit on anything. I could spit on Sugar Hill Gang, I could spit on Gangstar, I could spit on Rich the Kid, I could spit on Kanye West.
Yeah, but why stop? People gotta stop like thinking that these kids care about being an MC.
They're not. That's what I'm saying. That's why I also said I understand where Lil Uzi's coming from. But back to the Pusha T subject about his album, about the hustler thing. From what I know, he's speaking from another person's story. Maybe he's saying that he's doing it now, but I looked up his life. And he used to like sell cars or something, and the crazy part, Drake did his homework too on that.
Who sold cars?
Pusha T used to work at a car dealership when he lived in Virginia or something like that.
Oh, shit.
And Drake called him out on it.
All right.
On the song, he said, you really talk like you were selling coke for Pablo Escobar in the 80s when you were selling Nikes and Mercedes or something.
He could have been doing both. You never know. I mean, people are selling blunts to Quavo and fucking what's his name when they're buying cars.
Well, I heard Clips admitted it in an interview a while back because I know about this myself. I heard they said like their cousin used to hustle and they used to see it or something.
that makes sense.
That's yeah. I don't know. Hip hop is. I think hip hop got to move past that, the whole believability thing, because like nobody's hating on Denzel Washington because he's not because he wasn't selling drugs to Mexicans in real life when he filmed Training Day.
Whatever.
Like,
Yeah, but that's a whole different. That's acting. That's your job to act. When you're rapping, I understand that when I rap, not 100% of it is like exactly what I do, but to some extent, that's why I understand. Like I like Clips' music and Pusha-T, but when you're rap beefing, you gotta know that people gonna come at your head for that.
I love the beef though. I do.
Yeah, I think
I feel like that shit.
But
Speaking of the beef, let's go into what's trash and fire of the week out of the beef.
Yeah.
Last side note, I'm one of them guys that I like when a rapper says most of the real shit.
How'd you feel about the Drake diss to Fire?
What about Pusha T's? Because I thought Drake's was fire too.
It was fire too. It was fire
Both
too,
of
but I
them?
think
Yeah,
Drake's
they
was
were
more
both-
fire.
I think that's why it was great.
Yeah, it's like a good sparring match.
Drake's was more fire, less water.
Do you feel like Pusha T his reply is gonna be good? You feel like it's gonna be trash or fire? I feel like it's gonna be trash.
I think it's gonna be like good, but not good enough.
Yeah, I feel like when you compare it to Drake's, he's just not gonna have enough.
And Drake's not even gonna respond. I feel like
if he comes back, I mean he came back at Meek after the response. Why wouldn't he?
Yeah, that's true.
like in a way with Summer 16, little shit.
Yeah,
but
2 songs.
Drake might do that. Drake's gonna respond with his album.
Drake is pushing that album, man. Yeah, that's true. Drake knows album.
Scorpion sightings.
He doesn't even have to respond. He could just let Pusha T respond and then drop that album. And if the album's better, you kind of lost, man. Like you had Kanye West behind you, and that's kind of a cheat code, man. Like
with
the production is great.
G-Unit beef, right? All right. A lot of people say Jadakiss won. I think lyrically, yeah, he kicked 50's ass with the song, also the other song, but the other songs he had. But the way I looked at it was, I feel like 50 won the war. Jadakiss won the battles, but I feel like 50 won the war. Maybe not lyrically. He put that I Run New York song out, and then 50 used to make fun of them at the end of songs, like talking shit, like you better pay back for that jewelry. But guess what? 50 put out an album, or someone put out an album in G-Unit, and he got Styles P's album pushed back because they were under Interscope, all of them. And at the end of the day, who was still rich?
No, definitely. It adds, like, you know what I'm saying? Like the beef. It's funny because beef in hip hop defines the era. Like any era that you're talking about in hip hop, you gotta bring up what was the beef in that era. It kind of defines, like, the era is centered around the beef.
Like 2009 was 50 Cent, Rick Ross.
Or like the late 90s.
50, Ja Rule, Nas, Jay,
So like now with Meek and Drake, people are gonna refer back to Drake's Rising and refer back to that beef, and that's gonna help define, like, that's where you're gonna center the conversation around. So it's always good. Like I like seeing the beefs as they happen, because I like seeing where it's gonna lead to down the line and how people are gonna talk about it later. And Drake is coming out winning, man. He's weirdly enough, he's the most like pop, or how would you say it? Like, he's the most popular. Like he's the most mainstream artist, but he's also
time as far as following.
Yeah,
like,
that's a good comparison.
Followed him. Everyone wanted to be like him. Now,
and he was kicked, and he was busting. Nobody wanted to talk about him. People still don't, because he was gonna fuck you up if he did. Like,
niggas ain't fucking with him. And that's why when Meek picked that battle, like, I'm a street guy, so I had a little side of me that wanted Meek to win, of course, because he does it for the streets. But I just knew it was coming. A lot of people ain't see it coming, but I know. I'm like, yo, Drake about to sing on your ass. He ain't sing on your ass, but he said you getting bodied by a singing nigga, and it's like so true. And
I gotta ask a question too. You brought up Tech, because this segment since we are doing Trash or Fire, you brought up Tech 9. What's everybody's opinion on Tech 9?
Super fire.
Super fire.
I didn't hear the new shit yet.
Just in general.
Yeah, fucks with it.
Albums on top of albums.
He
This
is.
guy's so
You
nice
know
at
what?
he does. And he's the highest streamed underground artist.
I can't.
He works for himself.
He's good.
And that's the home.
He's good technically, but he comes off as.
He'll perform in a garage.
He's like
weird. But he comes off as one trick pony-ish to me, man. I gotta say it. Like I've heard his albums, but I've never went back and heard his albums. Anytime he drops something, I'll listen to it just
his
for.
Fan, like,
just
you
to,
gotta be like.
I've given him mad chances, bro.
I know people that listen to him. Like I remember like rest in peace to my boy Chris Dirt from Cope. That was my ex-girlfriend Jeanette's cousin. I remember he used to take me to parole and shit. I used to hop in the car. I'm like, yo, this nigga about to play Wild Tech 9.
I can't do that, bro. You put on Tech 9 in the car with me.
But I like Tech 9. I'm just saying I'm not one of those guys that just all
I could
Tech
do
9.
I could do it for a song.
Yeah,
but
his fan. You see, if
got
you're
a
a
full
Tech
following
9
like
fan,
I know.
you just listen to Wild Tech 9. I feel like
that's what
Or
I'm
listen to
saying.
people on his label. What's his label? He's
Strange
got,
Music.
Yeah.
Isn't like Insane Clown Posse like fuck with him and stuff?
Yeah,
They're the
he's
same
real
type of
big
way.
in that like area of
Rich.
a lot of the
people
juggalos and
like
shit.
that, like
Even
Rich,
they had
Is he affiliated with them?
I don't think
I saw him
so.
open for Yellow Wolf like.
Yeah, they're
years
like
ago.
those type of like Tech 9 and Eminem are really close.
What do you guys think about Yellow Wolf, by the way?
He's good. He's just not my type of guy.
Yeah, he's not my
that's
type of
how I
music.
feel there's some artists that I'm like, he's talented, but I just don't listen to it.
I wish he would make a
he's not a
different.
good investment.
It's like with his skill set. I wish he would make music that related to me, but I just can't relate to you, dude.
He's like a redneck, like hillbilly.
I can
his
see
first
why people
album
do.
wasn't like that, but he went as soon as he got some notoriety, he just became himself and just didn't give a fuck.
Like don't make.
No, I think he's
drop
dope.
that drop.
He's definitely dope
That's
as an
one song I
artist.
listen to. I actually have that on my Apple Music, but other than that, I don't have any Yellow Wolf.
Nah, I don't fuck with it. I think that was like really not a great investment for M, but I don't think Eminem cared about niggas.
I think he just liked Yellow Wolf. So he
Yeah,
didn't
that's
fuck
what
with it.
Eminem does. He doesn't really do that. He made his money off 50 already. Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's got money like
But
that.
ASAP Rocky testing album, trash and fire.
I haven't even heard it yet, but I'm gonna just go ahead and say fire, man.
To me, the one that
Yo,
had
praise
that
the Lord.
DMX
You heard it? You like it?
I fucks with it.
Yo,
Have you
fire.
heard it already?
Yeah.
You did fire?
I listened
yo,
to it
he's
at
dope,
Applebee's that
man.
night when I was a
Yeah.
kid.
I like ASAP because he's not just a rapper.
He's
Like you know what I'm
swaggy,
saying?
yeah,
Yeah,
he's all
like he
culture, like-
gives you like he pushes his brand very well.
He's a trendsetter.
Yeah,
He's a
definitely.
trendsetter,
I would
bro.
say he's a trendsetter.
Perfect word, trendsetter.
Oh yeah.
All right, so we keep it moving.
Yeah.
though.
So what about ASAP Rocky's project? Like, what were the favorite songs? He didn't.
Praise the Lord.
First of all, he had one song with Kodak, I believe, and that was with Kodak from prison. He was actually like he had rapped on a phone
You see, like
to
when
get
I
that
listen to
verse
these albums, I
on the
skim
album.
through it. I'll listen to the main part, and maybe I won't catch something, but that's fire. That's cool.
Yeah, you know what I'm
Praise the
saying?
Lord
Like
is
a
my
jail
favorite song.
verse,
Like,
like you know that's bringing real culture right into your verse right there.
I
right
wrote
into
a
your
song
project.
to that beat, actually, the Praise the Lord shit. Like, I just still got it on repeat, and I'm like, just like that Sugar Ray, Post Malone, like when you showed me, and I'm
Oh
like,
yeah.
I ain't stopped listening to it. Like, it brought goosebumps to me. Like, and coming from Post Malone, who said if you're looking for substance in hip hop, don't listen to hip hop. That song has a lot of meaning to it to me.
Yeah.
Song?
Sugar Ray.
Yeah, exactly. Sugar Ray was probably
You like-
my
you
favorite
like
track off the
Post
project.
Some of his shit I like, but I go through phases. Like sometimes I'll skip it, and sometimes I won't. But I like when I first heard of. See, like I'm late to the game with a lot of shit nowadays, but like I saw that mariachi band playing "Congratulations."
For real?
So I looked up the real song. That's how I found out about it because the video went viral, and I was like, "That's not how I first heard about Post Malone." Of course, I knew White Iverson, but like I said, I didn't keep up with new hip hop that much in the last 5 years or so. So I saw the mariachi band play "Congratulations." I'm like, "Oh, I want to hear the real song," and I fucks with it. But his and then of course after that I listened to his whole album. So I'm like, let me give it a shot. And I like probably 60% or 70% of what he does, but the new album he put out, I only fucks with a couple of the tracks.
Yeah, me too.
A couple of the tracks, I was like, all right, this is cool. But he gets too emotional, too depressed from it.
Congratulations.
It's just all about how depressed he is.
Yeah, I can't.
How tortured he is.
Yeah,
it's
I
hard
think
for
him
me
and his girl were breaking up. or
Maybe
something.
if I was in a different point in my life, I might fuck with it more. But I'm not as depressed. If I was in a really depressed state of mind, I get very self-pity. I could just listen to depressing music over and over again.
That's the thing. There's some artists that they're always good for their type of feeling, but you go back to them when you feel that way, but you can't listen to them all the time. Like there's artists who have a big range of emotion. So like Kendrick, Jay-Z, you could go back and listen to them for a lot of different stuff. But guys like Post Malone and
Posty.
and J. Cole, man, I can't listen to J. Cole when I'm in a good mood. He's gonna bring me down.
Yeah, but you know what I do like about Drake is even if he has a song about depressing shit. It's kind of more uplifting, talking about like he'll talk about a
It makes you
breakup
like,
and it makes you feel better for some reason.
Like it makes you feel like to
Like what?
uplift yourself during a breakup.
Because you know what, I feel like in his breakup songs he has hope.
But speaking of Drake, after 15 weeks on the number 1 on the Billboard, Childish Gambino is number 1 on the Billboard for This Is America, but Drake is still number 2 and 3. Playboy Cardi's album Die Lit on the low, bro. Number 3 album. T Grizzly moved 27,000 units on the first week.
T Grizzly, really?
Is activated.
I don't even listen to him.
Yeah, which is crazy. But Cardi still got a number 7 song, number 7 album. J. Cole's album went down to number 6, surprisingly, KLD.
I guess.
But it did too
Can't
good
stay
on the
there
first
forever.
week. Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
But that covers everything Billboard wise, hip hop wise, you know.
J. Cole's another guy that's got a real cult following. Like he's got.
You don't gotta promote much.
Yo, I don't know. A lot of these rappers that have cult following, I feel like what is it that's stopping them from going from being more like broad? Because a lot of these rappers that have cult following, I don't dig like that, man. Like people love Logic, and Logic has good music. He has a great cult following, but I just can't. Yo, I can't hear you complain about being biracial and all the time, and like.
So who's your top 5 of the week then? We'll just use that to segue into your top 5.
All right, yeah, let's get into that.
J. Cole is broad though.
You know what? Here, Yucky, you go first. Give me your top 5 first.
But
You
J.
want to go in
Cole,
order?
when I say he's got a cult following, I don't mean that he's only got. He's a guy that he's got a broad following, but he also has like a street team. Like Joe Budden, how he's got people that like only fuck with Joe Budden. Like like J. Cole has people like that too.
He does have like people that stick to him.
But J. Cole might go out as like top 5 that are alive, bro. He's still like in the talks in that conversation.
Put him as that.
I didn't put him at that. I said he can be part of that conversation.
If you think J. Cole is top 5 dead or alive, can you please comment on the Facebook and I'll argue with you personally so you can try to change my mind.
You see, you just put words in my mouth. I didn't say he's top 5 dead or alive. I said when he retires, he can probably be in the conversation.
He wants to know who those people are.
I want to know who you are for real. Like, what is your life like? Because I can't picture even.
J. Cole's a beast, though.
He's got good music, but I don't. I'll
talk about
it. He's not gonna be my top 5 though. But think about it. All right, Drake, Kendrick, J. Cole, and even
what is your top 5 for this week though? Because we already did the top 5 conversation of all time.
Nah, I'm not even saying. Let me say it real quick. Drake.
I don't like Kendrick Lamar.
I
think he's talented.
I'm not his biggest fan, but you gotta put yourself in his fan's shoes. Kendrick, Drake, J. Cole, and even Meek Mill. Those are like the best lyricists of this time, right? Mm-hmm. So they're gonna be up in the conversation when they retire for maybe being on that list, top 5 dead or alive, maybe 10. Yeah. Like they're gonna be in those talks. I think Drake's gonna edge it out. I think Drake's gonna beat him out maybe because he's so diverse. But my top 5 for the week. Honorable mentions, Kevin Gates and Post Malone, because, Kevin Gates did put out a project after, we've been waiting patiently for you, man. Come on. Post Malone, he's still, flexing as far as, streams and all that stuff. And, Sugar Rafe has been on my mind. And I'm going to go Playboy Cardi, too. I'm going to just add him there real quick, spur of the moment thing. But number 5, NBA Youngboy for that mixtape that I liked. I liked his mixtape. Yo, pusha-t, he was more up on my list, but I'm putting him at number 4. I like his album. It's good. 7 songs. I think it's his best project to date, solo project. Okay. Remember Lord Willin', their first album, Clips? And then their second album got 5 mics on the source. First time in a long time. But anyway, 3, Childish Gambino for still being on top of the list. You could always put the same people on the list 2 weeks in a row. Number 2, A$AP Rocky. I had him at number 1. I really like his album Tested. It really grew on me real quick. I wasn't always the biggest A$AP Rocky fan too, but the whole A$AP movement, man, shout out. But number 1, it's Drizzy Drake. That one song, it's overnight he just crushed somebody's mic, in my opinion. And the way he's been giving out those little bomber jackets, the Scorpion to promote his album, the Scorpion bomber jackets to like Khaled and all his people, and putting on Instagram Scorpion sightings, like the suspense, like to wait for his album to come out. It's just like I can't fucking wait. And then he put out a diss song, like what the fuck, guy? But that's my top 5 for the week. And who's next, man?
I'll do. You want me to do mine?
Yeah.
I'll do mine next. Pass
Steve's got this. Come on, Steve.
Alright. Hold on. Let me just get the mic. Good. All right, there we go. All right, so I'm gonna do something different for my top 5. So let's get it started. So first off, Pusha-T, obviously. The Daytona album was never. Yo, you gonna tell me that album's not? It's a great album, man. And Pusha T, he found I think he found a lane in the 7-song format that he can reach a lot more people, because a lot of people get tired when you have the same subject matter, and especially if you do it for 12, 14 songs. 7 songs on the same subject matter, it's way more digestible. So Pusha T's on there. Drake, I don't know how he did it. Like, it was just so perfectly timed. Like, overnight, everybody's talking about that Pusha T album, and he just sneaks in real quick. What is it called? Duppy?
Duppy Freestyle. He wasn't even on
Duppy Freestyle. Definitely.
They call everything a freestyle these days.
Yeah, but definitely check that out. It's spelled Duppy. If you haven't seen that, and let's keep it going. So, all right, this is gonna be a little bit different. Hold on, 1 second.
Crazy part. Pusha T, I ain't gonna lie. There's a lot of artists that can make a better 7-song album.
Yeah, no, and I want to see that. Kanye West commented on the fact that he's Kanye West commented on the fact that he's gonna be doing 7-song albums only. So like Nas, Tiana Taylor, Pusha T's, and Kanye West's album, and Kanye West and Kid Cudi should all be albums that come out between that 7 to 9 track range. He's gonna keep it short, which I do like for his type of production. Let me keep going on my list here. So Meek Mill. This is I don't know. I read this, and I found it like such a cool thing. He got invited to the White House with Trump, and he decided not to go because of how it would affect his brand. Now that's I don't know. I feel like if you're going through a lot of things, I can totally like connect with the fact that you don't have to meet on the same ground of the person you disagree with. It could just be like a discussion like, nah, fuck you. Like, you know, it doesn't have to be let's work together to solve this. It could be, nah, we don't agree. You do your thing. I'm not gonna, like, we got nothing to talk about. And I feel like sometimes that's the kind of approach you have to have, because, you know, not everybody out here is out to help you. Second on the list, Jay-Z. Jay-Z is on the list because he's the one that influenced Meek Mill to not go to the White House and talk to Trump. So that's another good thing. Like, you looking out for people around you, and we should always, like, if you see someone that you connect with acting crazy and doing something that is gonna affect the way the world looks at them and affect their goals, you should definitely step up and say something to them. So I feel like that's somebody that you don't even connect with. Meek Mill, Jay-Z is still able to influence him in a way that I definitely give him props for that, man. Like, you know, Meek Mill has been standing up a lot with something that the prison system and just the whole incarceration, and how it's not really rehabilitation. It's more based on punishment. When you go to jail, they're not trying to rehabilitate you as much as just punish you. And some crimes like don't warrant punishment as much as rehabilitation for some people. And it is a system where you become a part of the system after you get into it, and it keeps feeding itself. So yeah, my top 5 is not based as much this week on music. It's more because these people make decisions, and you got to big up their good decisions as much as we point out their bad ones. Number 1. So something came out this week. Everybody is always really big on Michael B. Jordan. Every girl talks about how they want to bust it open for Michael B. Jordan. He's the biggest thing right now, and I respect that, man. He's a good. Every girl. I saw Fahrenheit 451. What happened?
I haven't heard any girls talk about Michael B.
You don't hang around enough girls then, obviously, bro. I can't help you with that. But so I saw Fahrenheit 4. I love you, Rich. I saw Fahrenheit 451.
What's that?
It's a movie about a book about books. It's a book written by Ray Bradbury where in the future, I'm just gonna give a quick rundown. When in the future firemen burn books to try to suppress knowledge. It's an old they did the book. The movie came out for it back in the day, and then they did a remake with it right now with Michael B. Jordan and the villain off of Superman. The Kryptonian dude. He's a villain in every movie. Either way, it's a fucking good movie, and it's a movie about books and about knowledge and about reading. Give me a second, bro. What happened? Yeah, that's the thing. That's what I'm talking about. Every girl goes crazy for Michael B. Jordan. Go check out the movie. And the same way you would bust it open for Michael B. Jordan, bust a book open and check out Fahrenheit 451. Nah, they should though, right? I should fucking charge this shit. It's a big thing, you know. It's like we gotta be aware, man. We gotta be aware of what's going on. But actually, you know what? Rich, is there any artists that you want to bring up for the week? Any artists that have been, or not even the week, just the month that have been sticking out to you? Any topics that have been sticking out to you that you feel?
Yeah, Kanye West.
Hold on, let me give you. Here you go. Talk about it.
No, honestly, here's the thing about Kanye West.
Yeah.
He's always controversial. I remember when they tried to end his career because he interrupted Taylor Swift at the VMAs. Remember that shit? Mm-hmm. You know what I did? I bought more Kanye albums because fuck Taylor Swift, but also no, but you know why? Because the thing I like about Kanye West, and I've always liked about Kanye West, besides his music, I think his first 2 albums are definitely legendary. They changed music. They influenced a lot of guys that wouldn't get the respect they get now if it wasn't for Kanye, and even arguably his 3rd album. Take it a step further. He's done so much revolutionary shit. Like, what's the one with the weird album cover? The red album cover. My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Yeah, great
That's
album.
a fucking album right there. Like,
Blame
Kanye has done so much shit that people forget about musically. Now, politically, I understand. He says some stupid shit. But the thing about Kanye that I like is that he's unapologetically himself. Everything he does, he just fucking throws it out there. And he was like, listen, like, I think he's been an asshole at times. He's fucking done stupid shit. But I am like one of the biggest Kanye West fans you'll ever meet. And like, I still listen to his music. It's not just about the controversial shit he does. Like, I just like his music. And I think that he's done a lot more for hip hop than people realize. I think people try to downplay that because they don't agree with a lot of political shit that he says. But I like Kanye, and I don't know if I had to pick one person that comes to mind. Other than that, I could say that because I mentioned Outkast before and I mentioned T.I. I've been like slowly with Apple Music because I love the fact that streaming music is so easy these days. If I think of a song that I haven't heard in 15 years, I could go onto Apple Music, add it to my playlist, and now I constantly hear it like all the time when I'm driving around. So lately, I've been listening to a lot of Outkast from back in the day. And I've been listening to a lot of T.I. And I've been listening to, I can't remember what. Like, I don't listen to Eminem like I used to. I've noticed that Eminem probably used to be my favorite rapper. I still respect his music. But how I was saying before, at different times in my life, like when I was broke, I would listen to that song, Rock Bottom. I would listen to Rock Bottom. And because I was broke, it would fucking... He knew exactly what I was thinking. But it would make me, like, feel motivated. Like that anger that I had about being broke all the time. Like being broke and hearing a song like that would fucking... Like, that anger that I had would be channeled through the music. But now that I have a career, like, I make money, like... It doesn't... Like, I can still listen to it if it's on shuffle. Like, sometimes I'll skip it, to be honest, because it just doesn't touch me the same way that it used to. But I could listen to more like different shit than like now I could still relate to Kanye West no matter where I'm at in my life because he's got a song like Family Business. Like if you've ever lost a loved one or you got a loved one that's locked up, like you hear that song, especially around the holidays.
My grandma, yeah. Now that you're gone, it hit us super hard on
Thanksgiving
and
Christmas. It can't be like
I put that caption on the picture of me and my grandmother.
Right.
Because matter of fact, it was about his grandmother.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then so you had that, and then there was another song by him about his grandmother. I think it was called Roses or Bring the Roses.
And Hey Mama, bro.
And Hey Mama.
Hey Mama made me tear up before, like.
Yo, like Kanye West, I'm telling you right now, like I still, no matter where I'm at in my life, when I was broke, now that I have a career and I have money, no matter what, Kanye has always had something that I could identify with, and you know, and then like, you know, and I could even go off of Yucky. He's a big Drake fan. I like Drake a lot too because he's got shit for when you're out with your boys, fucking going to the strip club, you know, throwing money around, and he's got shit when you just got out of a breakup. You know, he's got fucking music that any area of your life that you feel like listening to, and then even now he's got beef. So if you got beef, you can listen to Drake. Like he's very dynamic.
He makes it feel alright too to be emotional about females.
Right.
In a tough way too. Like you be tough. Like I fucking hate this girl. Like I'm a flex though.
So I actually left Drake off my top 5 this week. Just kidding. I have him as an honorable mention with Pusha-T. That beef is too notable just to not bring up and not to have in my top 5. You know?
Yeah,
I feel like Drake made it though.
Real quick, I was at work and I never do this. I only like if it's like a sporting event. I was at work like trying to look up the lyrics and just hear it because it was that exciting, man. It definitely hip hop got exciting. Yeah. For a quick 24, 48 hours, it's been lit.
All right. So my number 5, I had Childish Gambino. I guess because of the music still being so notable in the charts and everybody's still talking about the music video, but also I think it was Thursday or Friday he starred in Star Wars as Lando. Yes. So that was pretty dope to see him in a feature film, big role, had a lot of major. What?
He's gonna be Simba. He's playing Simba in Lion King.
Oh, I didn't know that. So he's playing Simba in Lion King, the two.
They're redoing it. He's playing Simba.
That's gonna be
I got it on my
sick.
Facebook actually, and our Facebook. So Cups and Wine, please follow.
So my number 4, I had Lil Pump. I maybe should have made him share this with J. Cole because they actually resolved their beef with a phone call. I think they also have a picture together in an interview that they did together. So that's pretty cool that they did that. And Lil Pump also put out a video of him trashing a TV in his hotel room and just like breaking it completely, dancing to his new song and shit. He's just adding shock value to the things that he puts out, which I think is cool. He's kind of like a 6ix9ine-ish gimmick.
You seen the video I sent you? I'm getting lyrical like Rey Mysterio.
Yeah. That's just funny. So for my number 3, I have Kendrick Lamar. I should always put Kendrick in the list. I mean, honestly, the man just does so much. He came out, I think he's featured on some shit. He might be featured on ASAP shit. I'm not sure. I'll double check that fact for you. But I know he came out with a few things this week. I think he just went platinum. Oh, his album went platinum. The Black Panther album. It just went platinum.
That's what happened.
Yeah. So it went platinum. So that's why I threw him on the list. ASAP Rocky. I don't think Kendrick's on the album, but ASAP Rocky, I put him on there because of his features, and just like everybody respects him for his hustle, his fashion, his music. Like he's a complete package when it comes to hip hop culture. So that's why I put ASAP Rocky on the list. I believe it's called Testing. So Testing, you guys should check that out. And number 1, I think was the biggest bomb of the week. It made me pay the most attention. I threw fucking Nicki Minaj right at the top, and I know you guys know why. And if you don't know why, I'll let you know why right now. It's because apparently there's a rumor of her dating Eminem.
I just don't see
and
it.
She also put in the lyrics. Like, even if it's not true, just that headline, because she'll probably drop some shit this summer. This is Barbie season. This is when she puts out her fucking summer hits for all the girls to be dancing to at the parties, rapping their fucking lines and shit. So Nicki, I had to throw her at number 1.
She's done music with Eminem before, but I'm always down to hear more.
You guys want to hear a story about that? Of the Roman's Revenge song? All right, Nicki Minaj, Eminem's like, all right, write your verse. And it was her song. And then she recorded a verse, sent it to M, and he was like, nah, that's not good enough, and made her redo it.
Oh, shit.
The GOAT, man. That's
her
like
verse,
GOAT on GOAT action.
Her verse on there was fire. I feel like she had a better verse than Eminem, if I remember correctly.
Made her do it again. Yeah,
that's
when
Eminem
was already.
That's when she said
2011.
The Dungeon Dragon line.
2010, yeah.
ODB had said before.
I know that. So
yeah.
Wait, yeah. Since you're talking about lines of the week, why don't you give us the lines of the week?
Oh, word.
Lines of the week. I'm gonna go with this one first. ASAP Rocky on the Praise the Lord album. I like the verses, but I ain't gonna lie, the hook. I really like just the way the hook is. It got like a message. ASAP Rocky, Praise the Lord. He goes, I came, I saw. I came, I saw. I praise the Lord, then break the law. I take what's mine, then take then take some more. And then I just like it. I don't know. I take what's mine and take some more. Praise the Lord, then break the law. Like some oxymoron type of shit. Just the way he flowed it. And then I'm gonna go Pusha-T on the Daytona album on the Comeback Baby song. He said, "Bitch, I been had. Bitches been bad. We buy big boats. Bitch, I'm Sinbad." I just like the bitches been bad part. Like, we been bad bitches. And then the Sinbad, like, I kind of noticed that. I'm like, oh shit, hit him with a metaphor. And then you probably already know what I'm about to say next. For the next line on the Duppy freestyle Drake. I actually got 2 lines from there. I ain't gonna lie. I just heard one, I wrote it down, and then I heard another one. I'm like, yo, that shit makes so much sense. And the one line he said, "Don't push me when I'm in album mode. You're not even top 5 as far as your label talent goes. You send shots, well, I gotta challenge those. But I bring calicos to the Alamo." And then, yo, it's just crazy, bro. And he's like, "Don't push me when I'm in album mode," which is crazy. Like, it's about to be his time for a while. And niggas just gotta sit down and watch. And then he had another line where he says, "I had a microphone on yours, but the signature faded. I think that pretty much resembles what's been going on lately. What's been happening lately." Because he's basically, that's basically represents your career, bro. Like, you know, and also acknowledging that he has love for him. You know, he had a microphone of his with an autograph on it. Like, you know, Drake always paid homage and respect to the artists before him, but he's not a slouch neither. And that's basically the message that he brought out in that line. And
that was a great diss, and it had a lot of like lines in it. Like,
yeah, that made sense. Like pop style for 30 hours, like that line too.
A good honorable mention of Pusha T is on the song "What Would Meat Do." You can keep the money, sorry. Is when he said, "Papa Willie, tell the judge to Akinelli." Akinelli is the dude who made that song "Put It in Your Mouth." So he's basically Papa Willie, tell the judge to suck a dick. But that shit, I heard that. And it was just so fucking, I don't know. That shit was just,
like, aha.
Yeah. That shit, he got good lines like that. Papa Willie, tell the judge to Akinelli. Like,
yeah, like, bitch, I'm Sinbad.
Yeah.
Real quick, like, so like, you think he did it easily. Like,
yeah.
It's like, aha. Yeah,
and, like, he does it so effortlessly that you think those lines are easy to come up with. Mm-hmm. But nobody else, like, there's not a lot of people that come up with lines that just make you go, or just, and that's such a simple line, but it hits, like, his shit got punched to it. Definitely on this album.
All right. Well, thanks, Yuck, for those lines of the week. Now that we heard that, we're going to go to our next segment, which is Devil's Advocate by my man Steve. Let's see what artist he decided to feature on this segment this week.
Let's talk about it. This week, just because I had to get to, so we started the show last week. Last week we did Tekashi 6ix9ine. Talked about how you should care less about his cosmetics and more about his music. Mm-hmm. If you're a fan of hip hop, if you like talking about dude's hair, like, do that. But if you're trying to listen to good hip hop, let's keep it on his music. Let's focus on that. And I'm kind of like backlogged because there's so much hate for young artists. I feel like I gotta catch up now. Mm-hmm. I gotta talk about people who may not have a project out at the moment, but they've done a lot and they still get a lot of hate. So this week we're gonna be talking about Lil Uzi Vert. Real quick, how you guys feel about Lil Uzi? Before I start,
I lived in Philadelphia for 5 years. He was not a thing for the first 3.5 years I was there, and the last 1.5 years I was there, he fucking blew the fuck up. And I think his songs are dope. It's a lot of music that you can just dance to, fucking vibe out to, smoke bud to, whatever you want to do. It's fun music, but also he's got some tracks that, you know, a little sad side, like when he talks about his girlfriend, how they broke up. But one of my favorites is 444 plus 222, obviously 666.
Yeah.
But yeah, I fuck with Lil Uzi, man. I don't know why niggas got hate on him. He looks weird. He's a fucking weirdo, but
He gets a lot of hate. Rich,
Yeah,
fly guy.
he's a small little. He's like 5'4"
I'll tell you
or
one
some
thing.
shit.
I've seen interviews with him and how he talks about being influenced by Marilyn Manson. Like I kind of talked about that before. Like I don't know if that's genuine or if that's part of his gimmick or what the deal
he
is.
really does like
But-
Marilyn
but-
Manson.
He has a chain.
I've heard his
Yeah.
old music.
But hold up, but I just want to say, as far as his music goes, the only songs I have of his in my Apple Music is songs that he's featured on. That song.
Oh,
I actually
Missing all
don't
the
like
good
his
shit.
features.
Wanted
Like
You?
It Do Not Matter.
Yeah,
Why?
that's not a
Song that-
feature.
that-
That's his song.
No, I know, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But-
That's the song I
But
put on.
Alright.
so I have to listen to
Yeah.
him more probably because I don't really even know about his body of work enough to talk about it.
I'll say this. So for doing this segment, I went back and I listened to everything multiple times, and weirdly enough, Lil Uzi Vert has one of the most cohesive and easy to listen to bodies of work. He has 4 albums out. So it's Love Is Rage, Lil Uzi versus the World, Love Is Rage 2, and there's another album in there that I'm skipping. I don't remember which album it was, but it was 4 albums, and basically, but the Love Is Rage album and then the Love Is Rage 2 album, they go really good together, and he
Which makes sense.
is but the thing is, these albums were far apart. Like they had 2 albums in between those 2 albums, so everybody looks at him, and the thing is, people zoom in on the things they don't like about these artists, and they miss out on great music. So people see his dance moves, his tone of voice. He has that. His ad lib is kind of annoying if you're not used to that. Yeah.
He's like a
Yeah.
new Lil Wayne.
Say Lil Uzi Vert
but-
mad
but-
fast
but-
3 times.
No, it's like people say it sounds like Lucifer,
Lucifer,
but
Lucifer.
like
If
like
I'm gonna get on my
like-
in my car on the way home and I'm gonna listen to one Lil Uzi Vert album, which one would you recommend I listen to?
Love is Rage. The Love is Rage
One or
one.
two.
I'm gonna put it
One.
on.
I just want to get a thank you from everybody right now, because as soon as I heard that, I dropped the level and saved all your ears. So everybody just do a quick comment for thank you, Steve. And it's still playing. So actually, hold on, you guys are gonna have trouble hearing the. Okay, now I've got the mic back on. You can hear everybody else now.
Yeah, he was keeping them like.
Yeah, no, that was a jet plane just flew over, and we're still over live, so that's cool.
The Blue Angels.
But
We're broadcasting live from Area 51.
For
just
real.
In case you don't know.
So let me. Yeah, that threw me off topic fully though. But everybody focuses in on his clothes and his dance moves, and a big thing that happened in hip hop is people got better at judging like the way that artists look and their mannerisms, and they got really bad at judging music overall. He has his work is cohesive, right? He has he keeps a thematic structure across 4 albums, which is super impressive because nowadays artists can't even do that. Also with Lil Uzi Vert, one of the most interesting things about him is he's a really good beat picker. He has better beats than most artists, hands down. If you listen to Love Is Rage 1 and Lil Uzi versus the World, just great beats that I would like to hear anybody rap on, and it's not traditional hip-hop beats, but it's better than most other beats. Keep in mind this, Nas has been doing this for 30 years and it's notorious for being a terrible beat picker. Lil Uzi Vert started rapping after doing it for 2 years, and he has some of the best beats ever. Like Nas is about to come out with that album with Kanye West, and this might be the first time we hear Nas on good beats. It's been 20 years. And it's been mostly subpar beats. Nas is one of the few hip hop artists that is not associated with working with good producers. Pusha T, Jay-Z, they all have their producer. Nas doesn't. Lil Uzi Vert is picking out great beats out of nowhere.
Because Metro Boomin, bro, he's probably arguably the producer of this day and age. And my favorite Lil Uzi Vert project, that the ones you were trying to guess in your head, Lil Uzi versus the World.
Yeah, no, they're all good. That's the thing though,
Money
but the thing is, he has songs on there that you might not like, but you got to listen to the whole album because it's connected. And like I said, what happened? Some of them are. Yeah, actually, if you look at the Love Is Rage and the Love Is Rage 2, it's a weird concept where it's kind of like he's chasing the girl, he gets the girl, he loses the girl, and to be able to be that young and keep that across that many albums and still show growth is impressive to say the least, and it's good music. It's something that you can listen to and get the message for it, and it's easily digestible. Keep in mind, there's artists that don't show the growth that he does. I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this statement. J. Cole has about like I think over like 5 albums maybe, and he's rapping about he's still complaining about the same shit that he was complaining on Lights Please. He shows arguably J. Cole shows less growth as a person and the things that he experiences as an artist than Lil Uzi does. Don't. I'm talking about showing growth as a person. I'm talking. Come at me. I'll have the conversation. I'm down to have the conversation. Here's the thing. Here's what.
Lil Uzi molded himself into the artist he is today. I've heard shit from back in the day where he was just like a regular trap rapper, and he is.
You gotta listen to.
He's a fly guy.
You gotta listen to what I'm saying though. I'm not saying Lil Uzi's a better rapper than J. Cole, but he's. Yeah, I'm talking about growth. I'm talking about as an artist. As an artist, I can see why somebody would enjoy Lil Uzi better because he's just more well-rounded as an artist. Like his music shows growth, versatility. It shows a wide range of emotion that you can connect with. J. Cole is harder to connect with. He sticks to a lot of the same subjects. What happened?
I call bullshit.
You call bullshit on what?
Nice.
Nah, dude, I'm saying, bro, he sticks to.
Sounds the same on every song.
You gotta listen to the albums. You gotta listen to the albums.
Wide variety of songs, you know. Like if you think about She Knows and Workout.
She Knows is my favorite song on Board Center.
Yeah,
He's talking about from how long? He talks about a lot of the states. I think J. Cole is a great rapper, and people got programmed into thinking he's a great artist.
I think you're listening to another artist.
Nah, bro. I'm
Okay,
telling you,
I
to
can
argue
agree
with
with
me.
that statement,
You know what? For next week, I'm gonna get more into the same way. I spent the whole week listening to Lil Uzi and trying to break down his stuff and find out. When I listen to an album, I don't just pick the songs on it. I try to get the theme for it. I'm gonna do that with J. Cole. But
I think J. Cole came in at a time when there's not as many lyricists, or maybe there are, but like it's a different. His sound, if he would have came out 10 years earlier, he would have fit right in. In this day and age, he stands out because he's.
That's a great way to say he sounds outdated. By the way,
Listen,
that's just I'm just taking what you said.
Jim Jones, before J. Cole was signed, Jim Jones had.
Can we do something though? I hate to do this and hijack the conversation, but I'm gonna let you get to your fact. But I'm just gonna put a stop on the J. Cole convo because I'm gonna do next week. My topic is gonna be why J. Cole is a subpar. Not J. Cole. J. Cole doesn't suck. He's a great rapper.
He's not my favorite.
But he's not. People big him up way too much, and I think Jay-Z did a real great job branding him. And congratulations on making him feel like a better artist than he is. And I'll talk about that next week. And I'm gonna go in deep with it. I'm not giving away nothing else on it this week. I'll talk about it next week.
If I said he was outdated, would you agree with that?
I'll talk about it next week.
He's different. He's more like he is like a Nas kind of. I don't know. Like I love Nas, but anyway, when J. Cole before he was signed, Jim Jones had his project, had his mixtape or whatever. What is it called? Like Friday Night Lights or something? I don't even know.
He had way more mixtapes before.
Yeah, it might have been before that. Because J. Cole, instead of donating his projects, he used to sell them for $1 donations, so people would feel like they would have to listen to it because they paid for it, like at football games in college. But Jim Jones had his project, and Jim Jones didn't sign him. Why? Because he sounded too much like Drake, he felt like. And maybe you prove your point a little bit. You know, and another thing, side note, we got to be aware of what's going on in the world. And these guys thought I was taking it as a joke, but in Haiti,
let's talk about it.
And I actually put the link somewhere, but it's not in the bio because it's just for real. I'm dead ass, bro. Like everybody don't got what we have.
Would you like to apologize?
No, I just want to know about
apologize for shit.
No, you don't gotta eat a dirt cake. This is what's happening in Haiti because the kids don't have that much to eat and they don't got what we have. So they just made it to no nutrients. They just fill up the kids' stomachs because people are starving in this country, bro. They make cookies out of dirt.
We're not laughing at the struggle. We're laughing at the fact that Gaffney's.
I'm in denial.
Listen, I was watching the show. I was sitting home watching the show, and I went to go Google it to see if it was real. I didn't even finish typing in. I was like, Haitian, and then all of a sudden it said dirt cookies was the next thing that came up.
It might have been on your browser, bro.
And bro, the crazy part, they use like the basketball court as a pantry. Like they place them on the floor so they could dry out, and they leave them there. And whoever's hungry could come out their house and grab them on the floor. There's dirt, and they might put sugar in them if they have sugar, and that's what we got to realize. Actually, in my mother's country, Nicaragua, right now, there's like a big political thing going on. There's two barricades in front of my uncle's house right now, all because the old people got like they got like fucked over on like most of their retirement money or something, and it's a real big political thing going on right now with the Sandinistas, and we got it good if we live in the United States or even like in the UK, France. There's a lot of good countries, man.
We're privileged to live here.
Yeah.
Like, we're fucking doing the show complaining about...
I pray every day, man. I pray every day, bro, and I'm thankful, man. And I look up to the sky. There's a God in my life. I don't put a label on a religion or a God, but I'm spiritual, man. And that's whatever, man. Whatever floats your boat.
It's going to be hard to follow the Jesus talk. Can you pass the...
I'm not... that's what I said. I don't put a label on it.
Fair enough, man. I think it's good. I think we should count our blessings.
That's what I said.
Not more than we complain.
Yeah,
definitely.
Write a gratitude list. When you feel like complaining, write a gratitude list first and see if you still feel like complaining.
All right, so let's jump into the next segment of the week. We have a new segment for you guys called Underground Kings. We're going to highlight local artists, some low-key artists in the game that some of you may not even know, may not have even heard about. And we're just going to talk about them real quick. So... basically, the underground scene. We had an interview with Prophet last week. If you guys checked out episode 1, we checked out his last gig at Revolution Amityville in New York. That's Long Island. It was a cool concert, amazing show out. Then the next day we had another concert, kind of. We had a 5K. Prophet also performed there. It was another great turnout. We had over, I think, 400 people sign up for the race. So... congrats to that. It was The Beat Lives On. And thank you for Joy Newman. She is the sponsor of The Beat Lives On. Also, she does a lot of stuff for the community. So basically, let's talk about the artists this week. First thing I want to talk about, because a lot of people were talking about Mac Miller and Ariana Grande. They wanted to know about the DUI thing. Just to let people know, he basically, they broke up because of his sobriety and shit. They just couldn't deal with that.
At one point?
Yeah, he was in recovery. He has a big issue with staying sober and his mental stability and stuff like that. So
I haven't heard his name in a long time.
Yeah.
What song about it or what?
Yeah, if you have issues with addiction or anything like that, definitely get help, man.
Yeah.
Don't be out here suffering by yourself. Just to put that out there.
But if you're gonna suffer well.
So some of the local artists we listen to besides Prophet, just to highlight some, we listen to Young Boy. He's an artist out of Long Island. Obviously listen to Yucky. Obviously listen to Often Spaced. We got a few more on tab. JJ. We got a little Passport General. He's somebody we listen to. Controversy.
My son Fame be doing stuff. We got Waves. Lil Peep was from Long Island.
What's the Foreign Exchange Foods song? Who's that again? Foreign Exchange Foods. The same dudes. He's from Amityville. I forgot his name. Yeah. What's the? We gotta mention him too. We'll probably post that later if we can't think of it during the show.
There's a lot of good local artists, and there's a lot of fucking corny artists too that are local that do a lot of fuck shit
and fabricate.
Yeah.
Oh, now you care about it.
It's because they are. It gets me mad, bro. It gets me mad when I see dudes that I know personally and they're hustling, and a lot of other dudes are doing fuck shit and just hoeing on social media for attention, and these other dudes are trying to get attention with their craft. And, I'm not gonna even mention any names.
It's like if I was rapping and telling your story.
You say the name, I'm gonna cut it. Cause I got that power hit, I'm not gonna promote the fuck shit.
But I don't know who the name is.
There's a lot. There's artists who put out good music. Like Yucky puts out good music. I've heard a lot of past.
Where's Young Boy at?
I don't know.
Young Boy's out of Lyndhurst. That's Robbie.
Oh, okay. I know Robbie. I didn't know that was his name.
Rob Beasy.
I haven't heard his music since.
Yeah.
He's good though.
McHugh Lade, that's his partner in crime. They also do a lot of on-stage performances together. He's a cool little dude. I know his sister real well.
Hopefully we can get in studio with these artists, get their videos up, their music up, and promote them because there's a lot of talent, especially in Long Island. People downplay.
Yo, don't sleep on Long Island hip hop, people.
People downplay that.
People don't even think about Long
Matter of
Island.
fact, I ain't gonna lie. Passport General did the Hot 97 interview for like the unsigned artist.
I saw that. Yeah.
He said he's like from CI, and then he said he lived in Lyndhurst. He shouted it out, and
Long Island has a good history.
thing,
Like
that's
I'm pretty
big
sure
to me.
EPMD is.
Yeah,
from Long
EPMD.
Island. There's a lot of artists.
I know the guy that discovered him.
I'm pretty sure
He
Craig
actually,
Mack too.
He speaks.
Craig Mack.
Yeah.
He came to South Oaks. I think he's in recovery too. He'd be like, "Don't wreck yourself."
Keith Murray?
Check yourself.
Keith
Check
Murray.
yourself before you wreck yourself. If you've
He's
seen him, you probably know him too. He's being around the way.
Pat Benatar.
Yeah.
Alright, so
But all right, so now that we talked about the local guys, let's talk about them lesser artists in the game, like the ones that they're in the top of the game, but they're not in that upper echelon where the Drakes and the Meeks are. I'm talking about people like Rob Banks and like fucking who else? A Boogie.
What's the Dominican dude's name?
Famous Dex.
Denzel Curry, Famous Dex. That's a good one. What'd you say?
Curry, the Dominican dude from Harlem. I think he's mixed.
88 Glen. Bodega Band. Right?
Bodega
No.
Bands.
Yeah, Bodega. Even Jaden Smith. That's fucking Will Smith's son.
Davies.
Will and Jada's son. Jaden actually has some fire shit. Sire.
A remix with Nicky Jam, if you know who that is, a Spanish dude for Icon. That was pretty dope. I'd like check that out real quick. But yeah, no, there's
G Herbo.
Why do you think
G-Eazy.
Why do you think pick one of these artists and tell me why you think they don't move up?
They just don't get their message across well. Like a lot of artists like Denzel Curry, I still don't know what the fuck that guy's about. G Herbo still, I know he's about that gang shit.
Ugly guy.
Zoe Dollars. He's about jet skis. I know that, but like, what's his real thing? He's a Haitian rapper, I think, from Florida. He's all about jet skis and throwing parties and like rubbing shoulders with big A-list celebrities. He's always posting photos with them, shit like that. Jacquees. He's like an R&B type. You know what I'm saying? Like he's very niche though.
That's what makes me feel weird about Birdman.
Flatbush Zombies, first of all. Flatbush Zombies on this because they're about to start a Europe tour, so they're about to expand.
Who's going to Europe?
Flatbush Zombies, they're a Brooklyn group. And it's rare to have a hip hop group these days.
That freestyle they did on, I don't know if it was Hot 97 or.
They're so different in their
Yeah,
personalities.
their music is good. I don't know why they don't get more play.
I don't think they expand enough. That's why they're doing this tour. You know what I'm saying? They're fucking going to get new fans. They have a real loyal following, especially in New York. But they need to expand on who actually listens to them. They need to get those conscious rap fans. They need to get those grunge rap fans. Even the mosh rap fans, the ones that like to go crazy. Those types of like XXX. By the way, he just started a foundation with his mom. He's really trying to turn around his fucking woman beater image. I guess.
Is he going to jail or not?
I still don't know the verdict on his case.
Yo, he's in the video games too. I remember when he bought that Alien laptop. Because we're in
what?
video games.
Oh, okay, dope. I respect that.
What is it called? Alien Share?
The brand of it.
Oh, and Nick Diaz being I know this is not hip hop, but Snoop actually just put out a song or two. He might be putting out a project, and he's a good friend of Nick Diaz. Has him on his show a couple times. Goes out with him, takes pictures.
Yo,
but
Rich
Nick Diaz just got
Chigga,
arrested
bro.
for like beating up cops or something. I
Rich
forgot what.
Chigga is on the come on, and he changed his name, I think. Rich
Oh, really?
Chigga, the little change.
Yeah, Rich Brian.
Lil
He's
Sky,
changed it to Rich Brian because
Lil
people were
Sky.
offended by Rich Chigga, by the way. If anybody has a hard time finding his music, you might have to look for Rich Brian instead of Rich Chigga.
Oh, he changed it.
That's I feel like he's going to stay being one of those meme artists.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, but
That's another reason.
Bad Baby. Like, I can't see her.
She got nominated, bro.
Oh, Bad Baby. Fuck that
For
bitch.
what? What's her music?
For the best female artist. Her.
You know how many rappers are gonna run through her once she turns 18?
Bro, it doesn't matter.
Name a
Actually,
song.
she got
Name
a
a
roll.
lyric.
She got a Rolling Loud freestyle. It doesn't matter.
That's how you know you're a meme
Doesn't
artist.
matter.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I literally
You're
don't.
not an artist.
Sure
You're a
that
meme.
she
Yo,
got-
she's
She's
going
high
on a
bitch,
European
bye
tour
bitch.
right now.
Okay, people go to see dumb shit all the time. That don't mean you're dope.
I'm just saying, but yo, check this out.
I'm not paying to go to Europe, bro, to see Bad Baby. If I'm not paying to go to Europe to see Bad Baby if I really don't know about her like that. So obviously she has people that know about her like that, bro. If you get artists, she got. But listen, I kind of am too. But listen, she got nominated for this Billboard Award for Best Female Artist in 2017 and 18 or whatever year, and the only other two people nominated was Cardi and Nicki, or maybe I don't know if other people got nominated, but she was amongst.
I understand.
That's what Billboard said, bro.
I understand the easiness of promoting a little white girl as opposed to promoting Cardi B. She's way easier to digest.
I'm not in hip hop. I don't think in hip hop.
Cardi's fire.
What are you talking about?
And Nicki.
That everybody would hate on. Listen, if you look at that.
Dude, there's more in the U.S. There's more white people than anything else.
Yeah, no
Like,
shit. But
it's
a lot of
easy.
people
Bill
saw that
Selma.
interview on
Post
Dr.
Malone.
Phil.
The way I look at it
I
is,
don't like her because of that Dr. Phil shit.
yeah, Catch Me Outside. How about
I'm
that?
just saying, Cardi B's hustle right now is so crazy. I feel like it's an insult to include her in the conversation.
Cardi started at
Cardi-
Instagram though.
But you could blame Lil
Can't give
Uzi
her
Vert
that
for that because he was the first one, or him or Kodak Black was the ones that co-signed her. After
Kodak Black.
After she did that interview, when she got all that fame real quick,
And NBA YoungBoy was FaceTiming her
next thing
too.
I saw was she was selling a T-shirt that looked like a
I think they was hooking up.
It looked like a Champion hoodie, but it said "Cash Me Outside." Then the next thing I saw was she was in a music video, and then from there she dropped a single.
I know the one song that she has. What is the?
It's the Rolling Loud.
Flops, knocked out your bitch.
I know she did a good freestyle to the Kodak Black song. Listen, I don't think she's like terrible, but listen, she's definitely not Nicki or Cardi, but she got put up in that nomination, which means she's doing something right.
But like, it's a real conversation though. Like, you really feel she should be up there?
She's not in the conversation at all to me, but she obviously got fans.
Like, you know what
She's
I'm saying?
hustling hard.
Listen,
She's hustling pretty hard, brother.
Her name is out there a lot, but I'm saying musically as an artist, it's not a most popular person.
yeah, but the fact that she got where she is means she had to do something.
She did a lot of
Right.
work, man.
She did a lot of shit right. Her music might be the only.
And she just happened to say the right thing on that TV show, boy.
Yeah.
Catch me outside. How about
But
that?
she probably went into that
Mad
knowing,
trashy.
like
Her dad's a cop.
People are smarter than everybody gives them credit for.
Yeah, like
She
I don't
went
think.
into that show probably knowing like she wanted to be a rapper and said, "I'm gonna do some crazy wild shit."
Nah, I don't know. I
You
think.
give her enough.
I don't know. She. Yo, check
That
it.
song was catchy.
Check it. It's possible she planned that out, but the way she said that just sounds like it was genuinely her.
Yeah, I feel like
But there are people that do that, like
No, it's not
that
her
do
fault. It
stupid
probably
shit.
really is her. But she
But-
went into the show knowing like I could use this fame if I
I'm not
wanted
saying
to.
the argument that I'm making is not that she's not dope. I'm just saying why are we so quick to put her in the conversation with Nicki and Cardi? Why are we so
Ask the
quick?
people that
Why are we
build
so fast to recycle female artists?
Because a lot of them suck.
That's
Ooh,
true.
Nicki,
There's not a wide variety of them,
Only Nicki and Cardi.
and a little bit of Remy.
If there was more,
Remy was my favorite female artist
Yo,
before she went to
so
jail.
thirsty, we had fucking Iggy Azalea as the top.
Yo. do you
Oh my
think
God.
the girl is just easy to market.
Who that? I thought you knew
Do you
that.
think
Knew
that
that.
if a dude was
That's fucking-
spitting the same lyrics?
She's
the
a
same
eye.
flow,
Like
the same
I wouldn't
beats
marry
as a lot
her.
of these women that they
I
would be
marry
getting
her.
as much recognition.
Yo, I love
as they
Amber
get?
Rose. Yo, check this out. You heard Amber Rose? The reason her and 21 Savage
She
broke
cheated
up
on him.
is because she cheated on him with one of his mans.
Yeah.
And she's like one of my main celebrity crushes. I love her with a wig on. I love her without a wig on. I love her. Yo, holla at me, Amber. I'm actually in your DM. You got 2 DMs in your
Yo,
DM
can you
right now. A solo cups and wine DM and a yuck cell DM.
Give me the mic.
But yo, Champions League is on right now. Real Madrid versus Liverpool.
No, we're not changing the
I'm
combo.
calling-
Can I see that for a second, please?
talk
Because you
about
talk about sliding into DMs real quick. Can
Nah.
we talk about how I'm on the Instagram for Solo Cups and Wine, and I'm scrolling through the messages just to see who's hitting us up, and I see a conversation with Rihanna, with Riri. And why are you hitting up Rihanna and sliding into her DMs, bro?
Yo, you gotta shoot your shot, bro.
I respect it. I'm not gonna. Here's the thing. We're on the. So we all have access to it, and there was no way for me to know who it was that slid into Rihanna's
took a good
DM.
guess.
But we knew who it was. And you know what? I respect the shot taken. I respect. So Rihanna, if you do see Solo Cups and Wine, Yucky,
That was yucky.
he's hollering at you.
Even if you don't, even if you prefer Guy off the space or Steve or Quest better, like I'm cool with that.
How many DMs do you think she could read?
That's what I'm saying. She definitely
But,
got, if
bro,
she needs someone to read it, I'm
You
pretty sure
can't
she
hit
can.
a home run if you want to go up at bat, man. And Yucky's up at bat. Rihanna.
You gotta shoot your shot, brother. But like
That
for
shit
the
had-
most part, it's
that
all
shit had
business
me
related.
dying.
Like sometimes I'll think I'm on my personal Instagram, and I'll like I'll even DM like people for studio time. But studio time isn't so bad on our page. But if I'm hitting you up to say, yo, what are you doing this week? I'd be doing that on accident. I gotta like.
On accident.
Nah.
So I think I'm on mine, but I've been really working
Yeah.
hard. We've been doing a lot of work with the Solo Cups and Wine, man. And we appreciate the feedback because we do really work hard to get y'all attention. and
We do,
validation.
like, we've been here for like 5 hours today trying to, hold on real quick.
And it happens every time.
Yeah, I bet about the
I just
text
missed
in
half
from
of the
video
Champions
this
League,
week.
bro.
Yeah.
We got some good audio for you guys coming.
Yeah, no, so we put up, every week we say, and I'm gonna stop saying after this because it should be already
stop
taken.
saying
We
the
put,
time.
put up.
Like 1 o'clock,
Yeah.
12 o'clock.
Just Saturday,
You
Saturday.
got Saturday between the hours of 12
We enjoy
and
it
5
though,
and
real
you
quick.
catch
We
the
enjoy
shit.
it, and one of the best things that I've experienced after putting out that first episode is people just come up to me to have conversations about hip hop, and that's the whole reason I wanted to do this show was just to spur a conversation, to just I'll say shit on here whether you think I'm right, whether you think I'm wrong, whether you think I'm being facetious, just walk up to me. I'm approachable. Have that conversation. I've had people come up to me, yo, what do you think about this album? Your opinion is trash. Yeah, no, but now it's like it's more. I've had the most conversations about hip hop I've had probably in years this week. So
yeah, so just hit us up online, solocupsandwine@gmail.com. Hit us up on the social media, Twitter, Instagram, and we'll get you on show. That's how we got Rich here on show.
Yeah,
Richie Eyebrows. Just check him out on Instagram as well. It's Richie_eyebrows.
I just post like spiritual memes and funny memes.
a lot of
Like,
motivational
oh my
stuff,
God,
but it's coming from a good place and from a person who.
Even though I don't drink wine, listen, I've got like 3.5 years clean and sober. I'm just putting that out there.
And we gotta applaud that.
So,
That's a big
so
thing.
if you have a problem, hit me up. I'm always willing to help anybody. But I'm just saying, like I came on the show because I liked what they were talking about, and the title made me like wonder. I was like, what is this shit about? So I listened, and I knew that it was about hip hop, and I liked what they had to say. And I've been wanting to get back into the conversation, the swing of things, and see what's going on. And I mostly came on to just support the show because I like what you guys are doing. I like seeing people from my neighborhood where I grew up doing productive things and doing creative things. I haven't done anything creative in a long time. So I really just came here to support this, and I really like what you guys are doing. So thanks for having me on.
No problem, man. Thank you for coming on.
And yo, we really love the people, man. Cause listen, I'm heavy into football, aka soccer, and like I just missed half the game. I'm a big Real Madrid fan, and like this is for y'all. This is really all for y'all. They say if you do what you love for a living, you won't work a day in your life. And people like Rich, man, I want what he has in life. And I'm not talking about material things, because I actually put down all mind-altering substances myself. I got, 80, I think I got 84 days off all that stuff myself, which, it's actually not a long time like you're a long time, but these are the days where, you struggle a little bit. But life is a struggle, and that's life on life's terms. But we appreciate having you guys. I'm sorry I apologize. We couldn't have like the visuals this week on the live, but you will get a visual sometime this week on the YouTube channel. Please subscribe.
Questlove 300 couldn't make it today, but
I miss Quest, man.
He'll be back in for the next one. We definitely gonna have to catch up with him and talk a lot of basketball, a lot of good going on. But let's save that for when he comes back.
My heart, man. Oh yeah, and the cover of the Pusha-T's album is actually Whitney Houston's bathroom.
Yeah.
Kanye.
He paid 85 racks for that, bro.
Yeah.
I ain't really couldn't catch any drugs in it, but like,
They were on the counter.
yeah, it's probably like, pills.
Pills bottles. Yeah. But it was pretty dope.
We out, right? We out.
Yeah, so that's just wrapping up for the week. Just real quick, we do not have a wine of the week this week, especially since you couldn't even see the visual, so that would have been pointless. But our artist of the week is A$AP Rocky, so check out his album Testing. He's got the whole squad in a circle on the cover. It's very omnipresent about the A$AP situation. Always strive and prosper, people. So again, check out our Instagram, our Twitter at SoloCupsandWine. Email us to be on the show, solocupsandwine@gmail.com. Hit our individual pages up. I'm Often Space. That's at Often Space. Check out Stephen T 927. Check out Richie Eyebrows, Richie_eyebrows, and check out Yucky at TheYSL_Bugatti. And check out Quest, and hopefully we get the video back up for you in week 3.
I actually forgot the wine, and my bad. We could have had it on the YouTube, but we haven't.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I spend a lot of time thinking. Yeah, and yeah, I waste a lot of limes drinking. Yeah, I smoke one. With my niggas. Yeah, can't believe how bad my bitches. Yeah, pulling up and now's my entrance. Yeah, bottle in hand and a gun lit. Everybody around me shiver like interest. What kind of life is this? I'm kinda like in it. It's time to vibe, isn't it? I've been getting more than I know ain't my limit. You'll know if I'm finished. Look stop. Yeah, I spend a lot of time thinking. Yeah, and yeah, I waste a lot of lives drinking. Yeah, I smoke one to the face sometimes, but I would rather smoke with my niggas. Yeah, can't believe how bad my